Creating a reusable card component for Vue.js using daisyUI. Really simple to do. Go to daisyUI website, go down to the card component, find one you like the look of. We'll just do this one. Go to the HTML code, copy it, go to your Vue.js project. I'm doing this in Nuxt, but it'll work in any Vue.js project. Create a new component called card. Add your template tags. Paste the code in there. If we have a quick look at the component, we'll see there are different sections where we will want to put in our own content. So there's an image, a title, content, and there's a button. We're going to pass our own data to this component, but it is worth noting you would probably want to break this down into separate components. So the button, for example, would be a component in its own right. So I'll show you both ways of doing that. But first, let's just swap out all of this with our own content. So what we want to do is we want to do a combination of props and using a slot as well. So we're going to change this image source first. So let's get rid of that and put image source. So we need to create a script tag down here, setup script. We're going to say const props equals define props. We're going to say image source, the string, and then we're going to say title, the string. So we'll pop that in here. And then for the main content, we'll do a slot instead of doing a prop. And then for the button, we'll also do a slot, but we'll give it a name. So get rid of that. So save that. And now if we come to our index, and we just want to include that card component we just created. Now, because I'm doing this in Nuxt, I don't need to import the component. But if you're doing this in Vue, normal Vue, you will need to import it. So card. So we have a look at our props that we just created. We need an image source and a title. So for the image source, we're going to import our image down here. So we're just going to say image source. What we're going to do is import image source from, and I've got an image up here in my assets folder. So we're just gonna find that. And we also have a title prop that we need to pass. What else do we have? And then we've got a slot, and then we've got a name slot. So we can say, and then we have our name slot called button. And what we'll do is we'll pass a button that I created earlier. So I've got a button component here somewhere, success button. So have a quick look at that. It's just a button with a slot. So we'll use that button. Pass the content to the slot of that button. Give that a save and have a look if it's worked. It has worked. So we've got the image, which we pass as a prop, the title, which is also a prop, the content, which was the slot, just the main slot, wasn't a name slot. And then we got the button, which was a named slot. I used the button in a slot, like I said, but if you don't want to do that, I'll show you how to do that as well. If you just want to have a separate button in the card component, you can just go back, copy what they had. So they just had a normal primary button. I don't recommend doing what I'm about to do, by the way, but I'll just show you for reference. So get rid of the slot we created, the name slot. Just add that button back in, and then change the elements of the button or the text, whatever you want to do, for props. So we're going to say button text. Save that and then go back to our index. Get rid of this slot, name slot. And then we need to pass another prop up here, button text. Save that. Refresh it, it's not worked for some reason. Button text is not defined. Button text, card, button text, oh, okay. String. Save that. And there you have it. So different ways of doing it. So you can do it using a combination of props and slots, name slot, or you could do it all props. But I recommend doing it how I did it the first way, using a combination, just where it makes sense to do so. You could use more name slots, so you could use a name slot for the title as well as the content and the button. It's up to you how you do it. But that is how you create a reusable card component for Vue.js using daisyUI.